Hello, it's Ukulele Saz. Welcome back to another video. This time we are learning all about the 6 chord and how this can unlock so many different songs for you. So let's jump in and get started. If you like this video, give it a little like. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you really like my stuff, you can check out my Buy Me a Coffee page, become a member, and you'll get access to all of my weekly lesson materials and resources that go along with each lesson. And you can also join me once a month live for a group lesson. And you can also follow me on social media on Instagram and Facebook. Just search Ukulele Saz and you'll find me. If you haven't checked them out already, I highly suggest you check out my first videos in this series for the 1, 4, 5 chords, in which we explore what the 1, 4, 5 chords are, what role they play in any key, and some different examples of chord progressions that use them. This one really follows on well from that, so if you're not too sure what I'm talking about, definitely go and check that out. This time we're looking at the 6 chord in a key, which is a very important chord, and it just also happens to be a minor chord. Not just any old minor chord, this minor chord is called the relative minor. What do I mean by the relative minor? Well, let's take a look at the key of C major. We have C, D minor, E minor, F, G, A minor, and B diminished. Our 1, 4, 5 are all major, and you can see that our 2, 3, and 6 are all minor chords. Now the 6th chord is called our relative minor because it shares the same notes that make up the scale. So if we look at the C major scale, C, D, E, F, G, A, and B, and we look at the A minor scale, you'll see that they share the same notes. They are related to each other. They're relative to each other. So what that means is we could be playing a song in the key of A minor and it will share the exact same chords as what you would typically see in the key of C major. Now a really cool way for us to see that is by using our circle of fifths. Now on this circle of fifths by Noisy Clan, get the discount code SAZUK for 20% off. This is a really cool little tool. We have C, our 1, our 4, our 5, and then at the bottom we have our 2, 3, and 6. Our 6th chord, A minor, is directly below C, and that means that it shares the same family. If you know the rule of the circle of fifths and know that everything that touches belongs in that key, you'll see that A minor and C are related to each other because they share the whole family of chords. Now this is really important to know because when we're playing songs, you'll find that if it's got a brighter, happier sound, let's say it starts on C and a lot of the chord progressions are based around C and it ends on C, then we would say we're playing in the key of C major. However, if the song started on an A minor and it was revolved around A minor chords that featured quite heavily, then we would say it's in the key of A minor. How can we tell this too? Well, by listening. Minor chords tend to have a darker, more melancholic feel to them, whereas major chords tend to sound a little bit brighter or happier. So that's another way that we can listen and identify it. In music, what we also find is that the 1, 4, 5, and 6 chords are used in so many different songs. We only need these 4 chords and we can play a huge number of chords, which we'll go into in a later video. But first, let's have a look at some of the popular keys that we would typically play in the ukulele and look at the 1, 4, 5, and 6 chords. We'll play them through so that you can hear them, and I bet you recognise some of these chords that go together quite nicely. So we'll take C first of all. We've got C, that's our 1. F is our 4. G is our 5, dominant tension chord. And then A minor is our 6, relative minor. In the key of D, we start on D as our 1. G is our 4. A is our 5, tension. And B minor 6. That's our relative minor. In the key of F major, we have F. We have B flat as our balanced 4 chord. We have G as our 1. We have C as our 4. D as our 5. And E minor as our 6. And following on from that, we've got the key of A major. So we have A as our 1. We have D as our 4. We have E as our 5. And F sharp minor is our relative minor 6. Can you recognise some of these groups of chords? Do you recognise that lots of these chords go together? I bet you do. Which ones do you recognise? Now, another really cool thing to know is that between our major and relative minor chord, there is actually just one note of a difference. For example, when we play C, we play the notes G, C, E, C. So we have C, E and G as our notes. When we play A minor, we are playing A, C, E, A. So A, C and E are our notes. So they share C and E, but the A is different. So it's G in the C chord. Now what's also quite cool and what you'll notice is the relative major and minor, when we play them, normally you only have to move one finger to change chords because there's only one note of a difference. So we have C, A minor, one small movement. We have F and D minor, again just this finger. We have G and E minor. Now I know we normally change position, but really just one note. We have A and add a note for F sharp minor. And then we have D and B minor. So we only have to change one note between our relative minor and our major chord. So it's just a really handy little thing to know. So in the next video, we're going to look at a couple of different chord progressions that use the 1, 4, 5, 6. But to get you prepared for that, here are some tips to get you started on recognising and remembering which chords belong together in each key. Tip 1, check your own ukulele songbook that you use and have a look at the songs that you play and which chords are used. Do you recognise which key they are in? Pick some of the songs that only use those 4 chords. To help you, you can use something like this. This is from the Noisy Clan as well. This is the cheat sheets. These are really cool. They've got lots of different sheets in here. This is the one on the circle of fifths where you can see all of your chord families. You can see your major, your relative minor here. Work your way around the circle. But what you can also see is your keys. So we've got C, G, D, A, E and F. Almost all of the ones that we've spoken about today. And you can see the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 and 7 chords on there as well. So this is a little tool or something like this will really, really help you. Once you've identified some of those songs, here are some things that you can do. Trial and error, listen to the song first and then see if you can figure out which chords are being played. It's going to be a choice of 4. You already know what the home chord sounds like. We know the tension chord, that one that builds up and leaves us hanging, is the 5 chord. And we hear what that minor, dark kind of feel sounds like now as well in the 6 chord. So see if you can use that knowledge to help you trial and error and figure out how to play a song without looking at the song sheet. It really helps when it's a song that you know. You can take songs that you know and you can transpose them. So as a good little tool, again, we can use our circle of fifths or our little cheat sheet here, whatever works for you. And we can use these to help you to transpose. Let's say a song is in the key of C and you're playing C, A minor, F and G. That would be the 1, 6, 4, 5. Maybe I want to play that in the key of A. So I'll go to my circle of fifths, go around to A and find the 1, 6, 4, 5. So 1 would be A, F sharp minor would be 6, D would be 4, and E would be 5. And it would sound like this. A, songs for you that you can try, just to really help ingrain and embed that knowledge. When you can recognise which groups of chords typically go together, it all of a sudden makes learning songs so much easier. And you'll also start to begin to recognise different songs that use certain progressions and patterns. But I'm getting ahead of myself because we will explore that a little bit more in the next video. In the meantime, I hope this has been helpful. Let me know if you've learned anything from this today and what it is that you've learned. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out Noisy Clan for 20% off any of these wonderful little resources and tools to help guide you on your music journey. And I will see you the next time.